Let's go to court now. We understand that the trial involving the former National Signal Bureau boss, Kwabena Idu-Boahen, Angela J. Boateng, and Advantage Solutions Limited has taken a turn. The third accused person, Mildred Donko, has been released from prosecution after agreeing to testify for the state. The state is seeking to prove allegations that the former National Signals Bureau boss unlawfully diverted about $7 million in state funds meant for a cybersecurity project into private accounts for personal gain. We understand that the case is in the High Court this morning. Kweku Asante is in court for us and brings us live updates from the court. Kweku, what more can you tell us about this case?
Well, my message, so two things have happened this morning. First, there was an application by lawyers for Kwabena Idu-Boahen to the court to stay proceedings, that's in put the trial on hold, because they were going to the Court of Appeal to appeal a prior decision of the High Court which prevented them from accessing certain disclosure materials. And so they wanted the trial to be put on hold. The judge said that application was meritless and threw it out. And so that application to pause the proceedings has now been dismissed, one. And then the second thing, major thing that has also happened in court has to do with the decision of the Attorney General to discharge or withdraw charges against Mildred Donko, the third accused person in this trial. We know that Mildred Donko has now become a state prosecution witness and will now testify against Kwabena Idu-Boahen. Although prior to yesterday, all of them have been put before the court for the criminal charges that have been leveled against them. And so today, the Deputy Attorney General, Justice Mensah, who represented the AG in court today, formally announced that decision to the court. But Samuel Atasian had an objection. His view was that the decision to withdraw the charges ought to have come by way of motion so that the court would make a determination on it. But the court reasoned that it is the prerogative and the discretion of the Attorney General to decide who to prosecute and who not to prosecute. And so when it comes to that, it is just a notice that is required and not a motion that will require the decision of the court. So this morning, two applications or two objections raised by lawyers for Kwabena Idu-Boahen, Samuel Atasian, all of them have been shut down and the proceedings are expected to continue. The court has just taken a recess for some documents to be properly laid out and then the trial will continue.
Well, Kweku, also the former executive director of the National Service Authority, Mr. Osei, Antwi, and his deputy, Mrs. Gifty, Oware, Mensah, are supposed to appear in the High Court today. Have you had what's the latest on that?
Well, yes, we know that this week the AG preferred charges against both the Director General of the NSC at the time, Mr. Osei, Antwi, and his deputy for causing financial loss to the state for stealing, among others. We understand the cases will be called in the criminal court today, but in the afternoon, later today, perhaps between 1 and 2 p.m. As we speak, those two persons have not arrived in court as we speak. But the AG and his team are already here, obviously because they are handling another matter in another court. But as soon as this trial gets to an end for today, the Attorney General and his men and women will move to the criminal division of the High Court, where today the charges will be formally read to the former NSA boss and his deputy. We expect them to plead guilty, and then the bail conditions will be set. If they meet the bail conditions, they'll be released. If they do not meet it, they will stay in custody. The court will then also set a date for case management conference before the trial will start.
Right, Kweku Asante giving us updates from the courts.